Happy New Year, Kenyon fans. We're back with another KSC Chronicles, this time with a former Lords basketball great. He's Cooper Handelsman. He joins us now via Zoom. Cooper, great to see you, man. How are things going into the new year? I know you're up in Providence, Rhode Island with Brown University. Give us an update on your life and what life has been like, I don't know, the last almost 6 years since graduating Kenyon.
Yeah, I mean, things are good up here in Providence, all things considered. Just like down at Kenyon, our season was unfortunately canceled, and we're used to running around playing games out on the road recruiting, so it's a little bit more quiet than we want, but everyone's safe and healthy. Been up in Brown for a little under 2 years now. This would have been my second season, but kind of got right into coaching right after I graduated from Kenyon. Was at Lehigh for a year. Worked with a company called the Hoop Group for a couple of years, and then came up here to Brown. So even once I graduated, don't play as much as I used to, but definitely still around the game and still love it.
Your senior year was my first year here at campus, 2014-15, and you broke Shaka Smart's previous single game record for assists, and then bested your own February 7th at Ohio Wesleyan, which is a great game in lore. I know we ended up on the short end of the stick there, but take us back to that senior season of yours and going in and hey, you etched your name in the record books heading out of campus.
Senior year is always fun. It's your last go with, coaches and players and guys you've been with for 4 years. Like you said, I broke it the first time against Muskingum.
Yep.
Even though that one's second in the record book now, we won that game, the Ohio Wesleyan game. We came up short, so that one in the moment was a little more fun. But looking back, those are moments. Like you talk to Coach Priest, the guys I played with. Like I'm still in touch with them all the time. Those are the guys that I played with. It's a little bit cliche, but teammates, coaches, things like that, they really are with you for life. And breaking those records, a lot of that goes to them too. Like Coach Priest, especially my senior year, we changed up the offense a little bit. He put the ball in my hand a lot, really trusted me to make a lot of decisions. And, you got to make a lot of passes to get those assists, and you got to have teammates make shots. If they're not making them, it doesn't go in the stat sheet. So obviously a lot of credit goes to them for knocking down shots and things like that. But
I did some digging with our kind of highlight clips from that year to gather some footage for the folks to see back at home. I mean, that season, Tim Connolly's on the wing. We had Brian Comey down in the paint. Can you describe that group of players you were around in your senior year and what they meant for you?
Yeah, like you said, on the wing was Tim Conley, Jonathan Amador. AP Powell was a freshman that year, but played big minutes for us. So all those guys can really make shots, give me a little more space to operate. And, like I said, they got to make them. So when I passed on the wing, I had a ton of confidence in them, and they made shots. And then, inside was Brian Comey and John Bray. John I actually played with before growing up. We're both from Pittsburgh. So I played with him for, more than 4 years, and Brian Comey being with for 3 years at that point. And we run a lot of screen and rolls, a lot of them coming from those guys, and they were rolling and making layups and kind of just getting in the way and let me dribble around and trying to make something happen. So, I hit on it before, but especially those guys, like I still talk to a lot, always in touch with those. Those were great guys I really enjoyed spending my time with at Kenyon.
If I had told you coming into Kenyon, you'd break probably the best point guard in history in Shaka Smart, his assist record for a game, what would you have said to that?
I would have said that sounds great. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool thing to be a part of, definitely. I didn't know I was going to break it. I didn't think. It obviously took me a couple of years to get there. Not doing it until my senior year, but it's cool. Like you said, he's a probably the best point guard to ever play here, kind of a legend, and especially now what he's done with his career after BCU, Texas, things like that. And then myself wanting to get into coaching, like that's a guy you look up to. He went to the same school, played on I guess it's not the same court now. We got the upgrade since he left, but you know what I mean. Played on the same jerseys, things like that. To kind of try to follow in those footsteps is cool. It's a cool honor to be around him. Your name kind of associated with him and things like that.
Well, Cooper, I want to thank you for jumping on Zoom for a little bit and just catching up and rehashing that time. Again, I remember that OWU game, watching it from the office and seeing you break your own record. So anyway, man, hey, thanks for coming along, and here's to a better 2021. I don't know, man. So
absolutely. Thanks, Clayton. I appreciate it.